One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude.
Good afternoon.
Kia ora.
Welcome to Shut Up Dude, mate.
It's a podcast.
The accent thing might have lost some steam by now.
What accent thing? Oh, I forgot. Maybe I'll do one next week.
Like us, who cares?
But
If anybody messages us being like, where was the accent?
Where was the accent? I think I've only been doing one every second time anyway.
We'd have to check. I don't know.
Review the tapes.
It's like, what, you are gonna run out of accents.
No, I don't think that will happen. I'll go through all the country accents, right? And then I'll do regional accents from that country. There's like 10, 20 British accents. There's
true.
like 50 American accents.
I forgot that you could do that. Yeah. Dialect.
Dialects, that's the one.
Yeah. Because Britain's hard case, eh? Like, you can go like 2 counties over and they talk different.
Yeah.
And they have different slang and shit.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I've been working on me Thomas the Tank. I like when I do the I read my boy Thomas the Tank Engine stories, and then the fat controller will show up in the story, and I'll go, "I'm very upset with you, Percy. I've been quite cross."
Holy shit! That's awesome.
Bro, love that stuff.
Can you do the Ringo Starr narrator voice?
It was another.
Whoa!
It was another sunny day at Sodor Station. Percy and Thomas were working the main trunk line.
Can you say fucked up shit?
Maybe. One time, myself
Thomas got
and
a train run on him.
Oh,
you were gonna.
But Paul McCartney, Thomas the Tank Engine, and I were in the most abrasive threesome you can possibly imagine.
Perfect. See, if I could do it, I'd just have that. Would be all of my context. Would be something ratchet, personalized about that person and that voice. Like, Bastard Jess is calling. Yeah. How have you been anyway? Have you been keeping up with news, or have you been too busy?
I haven't kept up. I mean, I've kept up with tunneling news, but not so much general news. So just kind of, but I don't know, just bullshit.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy news. Like,
what kind of crazy news?
Well, it's sort of weird these days because you look at any news and the next day there's something more stupid. One of the funny things I saw this week was everyone talking about Air Bidens. You see those? Yeah. His sneakers.
Is that the fictional sneaker from the Shane Gillis
I think
skit?
It might be, but now they're fully like Fox News was like, look at it, it's got increased stability because he falls.
Okay, so they're doing bits on Fox News.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, man. You guys don't have anything else to do.
No, Trump really did release sneakers, and everyone was like,
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But he does NFTs, sneakers, all that shit, bro. It makes sense from him. Biden doing them would just be because Trump did it, right?
Someone's in his team has convinced him.
The
fact that they're trying to ban TikTok when, like, 2 weeks before that thing got pushed, Biden started one.
A TikTok.
Yeah, but it's like,
bro, they won't get rid of TikTok till after the election anyways. They can't. All the Zoomers will turn on them.
Oh, it's just, you don't want to fuck with those cunts.
They're addicted, bro. You can't take away stuff people are addicted to and expect to win your next election, no matter how many sneakers you make. If we're talking about Trump, by the way, did you know there are some pictures of him with a certain person?
Which person?
Look, I got blue balls from the last episode. Pause here and put a fucking... Are there any pictures of you and Ghislaine Maxwell's? Should we know?
Yeah, I'm not putting it in.
You have to put it in.
Okay.
I spend all this time slaving away in the studio, slaving away over hot bits. You don't play them. You don't put them in the podcast.
Because it's funny.
Fuck you! All right, there are pictures of him with Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's just everybody just imagine the fucking theme song in your head, right? This thing that we played it one time.
It's called edging, brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, I did find the news that Donald Trump won the club champs of this golf tournament.
Yeah.
that he owns the course.
Yeah.
And the irony of him winning something, and like, I don't know, there's all the pieces.
The guy who came second should have been like, this was rigged. This bullshit. They stop the steal.
Stop the steal. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that at the end, like, he putts out. Good putt. I will say that.
Okay.
Long putt. He did nail it. Shit form. But as he's
he's all leaned in the wrong direction.
As he celebrates there, he starts throwing mega hits out to the crowd.
Yes.
I hope each one of those has an invoice inside it. Like,
yeah, should do, bro.
Like, if you catch one, you have to, like...
Yeah.
Therefore, by perpetuity throughout the universe, you owe me 15...
Yeah.
I had this interesting thing this week where I kept reading shit about people, and it was like... It's like they have this ideology, and it just runs out of steam or strength. And,
right.
And you can watch these weird human moments where someone's like talking about Trump, and there's a MAGA hat guy, and he's like, yeah, I donated to him. And you can watch as the guy's like, nothing's even happened.
Yeah.
Like, as he's realizing, like, hey, I might have fallen for some shit here. Like, yeah, it's real interesting. Like, watching this happen to people. Yeah. They just slowly realizing that all this effort and energy into this weird belief system.
Yes. This guy who... Do you get into Q at all?
Oh, just because it's funny. QAnon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Could you... How much do you get into it? Could you break it down for our audience? Could you give us like the broad strokes?
I know that it's a anonymous internet guy who drops clues through shit posts and long nonsensical garbage that indicate Trump is in a secret war against the pedophile cabal.
Right.
But
the
reason Trump is doing it is because he was handpicked by the son of JFK, who didn't die in that plane crash, and has been organizing a secret coup to pay back the people who took out his dad. And
who were the people who took out his dad?
The deep state.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So apparently Trump was told by JFK Jr. or whatever the fuck his name was, I can't remember, to go run for office and do all what I'm telling you, and he's coming back apparently. And that's the Q thing.
Okay,
I knew.
Let me ask you this:
I knew enough about that to sound like I'm into it.
Yeah,
but I just think I want to watch that movie.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. A good Q movie would be okay. There's Q comic books.
Bro,
and
if
stuff.
there was a movie where JFK Jr. was orchestrating some secret cabal using Donald Trump to take down pedophile Illuminati members, and the king of them is like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, I'd watch that.
That would be sick.
I'd watch that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there is a thing with, he's the one who's supposed to take down the sinister cabal of pedophiles, right? Can you explain the 15 years worth of pictures I have with him and Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein?
Schindler's List. Schindler's a Nazi, eh?
I just want to talk about Trump.
Yeah, I'm just meaning like sometimes the guys on the bad side do good stuff. I'm just
Okay, if that's your angle.
No fucking way is that my angle.
He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years, right?
Yep.
I did have a bit of a look at this, and it turns out that there's interviews with him in the 90s being like, Jeffrey Epstein maybe loves women even more than I do, many of them on the younger side. Okay, so he's friends with them for 15 years. They blow up over a real estate dispute, dude. Mm-hmm. Like he didn't stop being friends with him because he's a pedophile. He stopped because he ripped him off.
Yeah,
he ripped Epstein off, bro. Epstein brought him out to look at a mansion that he wanted to buy. It was like, what do you think of this? I'm thinking about getting rid of the swimming pool. Trump's like, oh yeah, interesting, and then outbid him secretly and took the property, and the two never spoke again. But I love that. Like, that's the guy. That's the guy to take down the sinister cabal of pedophiles. Is the guy who was openly friends with the pedophile for almost 2 decades.
But
just checking.
If you tell the Q heads this,
they're
like, yeah, but the integral part of that story is that he ripped him off.
Right.
And it's like, oh, he knew.
It wasn't the two. It wasn't the videos that I've seen of the two of them partying together with a bunch of girls
and pointing at 14-year-olds, being like, ooh,
come on.
Yeah. No, I think it's hilarious. Like, it's
Can you
so
imagine,
American.
Imagine something that, like, the club of cool guys could ask Trump to do, and he'd be like, no, I don't want to be in your club. Like, just picture it. Like, it's not reasonable.
Nah,
he's a fucking pedophile.
I think he would be like, can I be head of the club? And they're like, no. He's like, making my own club.
Yeah.
Like, remember when he was in some court case?
He's still on Truth Social. He's still not on Twitter. Stuck to his guns.
Yeah, dude. Bro, he's Winston Peters of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I like that lens, bro.
Yeah.
I like that you're looking out through the tiny hole of Winston Peters and seeing the galaxy that is Trump.
I saw a thing, bro, of this person who recently got asked, "Are you scared of the Māori Party taking over and installing a form of Nazism in New Zealand?"
Oh.
And this person was like, "Not really, because I can remember living in Auckland in 1985
Yeah.
when the national member Winston Peters was explaining to New Zealand that Russian Marxists from Cuba were infiltrating Auckland and ruining the business."
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to see what Winston tells me next. And it was like, that's a fucking funny one. Hey, 1985, bro. That
Amazing.
before we were born, that motherfucker
Yeah.
was making up shit about like communist Russians trained in Cuba are infiltrating the Māoris of New Zealand and putting out all this propaganda. This is the same motherfucker that like takes on the media and starts playing that Chumbawamba song. You saw that shit?
I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah, so apparently Tova O'Brien tried to get in touch with
to
Chumbawamba to be like,
to
hey,
stir shit.
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
Winston ate this bitch alive. On
Yeah.
Twitter, he put up, apparently they're not too keen on some of the things I've said, even though it's been misrepresented by the bullshit leftist media shills in
He
New
should
Zealand.
find out whoever was deputy prime minister when they did those draconian lockdowns
Yeah.
and really fucking hammer that person, bro.
Oops.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, oops.
Yeah.
Dude, he finished his tweet against Chumbawamba by saying, "I should probably put a little funny line from one of their other songs. But they don't have any." And it's like, Winston, you drunk uncle at a party.
Yeah,
Like,
hard out.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious because I know what he did. These idiots around the country right now, and I mean these because before it was other idiots, and next it'll be different
Speaking
idiots.
of making up shit, John
Yeah.
Key, when he was trying to pass the GCSB surveillance bill,
Yeah, dude.
said that the reason was Al Qaeda is already here. I remember it very clearly. I remember him saying that.
So, did you see the stripping of all those disability benefits this week?
A little bit.
Yeah, those are pretty horrendous. I saw someone post. He's from this cool ass band. It's called Darts. Punk
Yo,
band.
darts fucking rules,
Bro, they
Yo.
fucking rule, eh?
Yeah, bro, they're
Dude.
great. That guy's that singer. His previous band's great too.
Someone's messaged him
Yeah, bro.
asking if we could interview him. It was
Yeah,
me,
really?
but yeah, he's the shit. If you ever fucking hear this, you should
Yeah.
let us interview.
Yeah.
We'll buy you beers.
Yeah, bro.
Because
You-
he's
you got-
Dangerous Day
you
to Be
got-
a Cold One's a fucking great song.
Yeah, you got good music, bro.
Yeah, well, have you seen his art?
No.
Yeehaw the Boys on Instagram. Check this shit out.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he does these awesome politically charged cartoons. And, like, the one he released the other day was Don't Pay Attention This Winston shit. This is what they've just done to the disability thing.
Yeah.
And the picture was Chris Luxon painting over a disabled car park, being like, they're
Oh,
not entitled.
yes.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
and, like, he does cool ones of, like, New Zealand stereotypes based off alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty clever.
Yeah.
My favorite being Billy the Maverick.
He's just getting charged for domestic assault.
Nah, he's
every
like
other
this
weekend.
cowboy that shows up to help people that are sober. I think. But anyway, that guy's art, check that shit out. He's
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, I bet
But
he is, bro.
pointing
Yeah.
that thing out of, no, Winston's just making everyone look over here while they
Yeah.
do that thing.
There's the Conservative government that's just come in here got elected on like stop co-governance and tax reform, like cost of living crisis stuff. Pretty much all they've done since they came in is tax breaks for landlords and culture war shit,
Yeah.
where they're like, okay, we're straight to business, laser focused on the issues, banning trans from the bathroom. Like, really? That's
Yeah.
interesting, man.
We should let people smoke.
We're changing the funding model so you can't build cycleways and footpaths while you're building a road. What? What the fuck are you talking about?
It makes no sense.
You know that trans bathroom thing? You know that's only an issue because people want to save money, right? Like when trans people come to my house, they use a bathroom.
Yeah.
If you make a business like a cafe or something, there's a bathroom. By the time you make an office block or a school or something, it's obviously much cheaper for you as the person building it or running it to have it as one floor, like to have it as one room separated by stalls. Cheaper to build, cheaper to clean. Just everybody remember next time you think about the trans bathroom debate, that's why we're having it. Is they didn't want to shell out
Yeah, bro.
another $2,000.
You can fix.
That's why people are losing their fucking minds.
Yeah, you can fix that whole thing by just being like, fuck
Spend
it.
some of your money.
Nah, we're going back to the 1940s. Now there's only 2 toilets. Get used to lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what? Wait. No, there's both. Anyone can go in them, but
Yeah.
there's one in that room and there's one in that room. Make
Yeah.
lines.
I'd be one of the enterprising fellas digging a hole in the ground. Yeah. Anybody can come shit here.
Yep.
Until they build more toilets. Maybe we could get creative.
But like the idiocy of like, oh, I need to save $2,000. Better jump online and start a smear campaign against trains.
Well, not even that. It's that this situation exists because everybody's been able to save a couple grand on every floor of office buildings for this long, and at a certain point,
we were talking about Boeing.
Yeah,
and like the train company in East Palestine in Ohio,
sure.
and all that shit.
Yes, sir.
Well, the same level of idiot psycho CEO that runs those is the same one that runs everything the fuck else.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
all just some crazy cunt trying to cut corners and
largely
make
sure.
whatever money they can. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, we need to save $2,000. Like, we'd rather say this.
Well, it's not even that. Like, it used to be, like, growing up in the 20s or whatever, it'd be totally fine to see a room full of guys with their dicks out if you're a guy. But we're not so straightforward about gender and sexuality now. Like, whether you like it or not, that has changed. And me, I don't care. But these systems exist, and that's a way that they were able to save money in the past. And it should be obvious to everybody it's not a way you can save money now. It's just asking for problems.
I think that, like, the trans thing, when any time it gets brought up in media, it's brought up the same way that all Arabs are terrorists.
Okay.
You know, it's like, you need to watch out for these things coming after you.
I think that
like,
really depends what kind of media you're consuming, Elvis.
No. I'm meaning maybe I've said it wrong. It's whenever something like these debates come up, like with the transgender bathrooms and all this sort of shit, and the people who start reacting and telling everyone this is bad.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's got that sort of inflammatory, like, every one of them is doing this and every one of them is doing that. It's like, we don't know where you've got that and why you're telling everyone now.
To maintain eyeballs on your thing, you've got to paint the fringe as the center and be as alarmist as possible.
Yeah.
You know, just by the way, on the trans bathroom thing, you know, if I want to go into a woman's bathroom and assault somebody, I'll just go in there.
Yeah, dude, that's what
I was wondering, like, how much...
They don't even lock those...
But how much time would I save? Like, how much time does it buy me as opposed to time it takes me to get ready to dress like a... Why don't I just dress like the fucking janitor?
Yeah.
And I go in and I'm all like, hey, anybody in here? Just cleaning the stalls, and then I run in, you know?
And that's where it's weird. It's like, hey, we're assuming this.
Yeah.
Like, it's this little base point.
Yeah.
Everyone. And it's like I worked in a gas station and they were like, don't leave scissors on the bench. You can use that as a weapon. And I told my old lady manager, hey, I can use you as a weapon. And she's just like, what? I was like, fuck, if someone comes in here wanting money, they're not going for the fucking scissors, lady.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God. I was like, if someone picks up this computer monitor and throws it at me, I don't even have enough space to get out the way. So, yeah, you got to think like, oh, yeah, but all criminals are going to wear hoodies and they're all going to have bandanas and grab scissors. Like,
yeah, bro.
Not quite. Open your brain.
I did have something else, so we might have to...
Yeah, it's cool.
Where's my notes are a fucking mess, bro. Can we pause for a quick second? Because I've got there's a quick note.
Nah.
Okay. This issue it's very spicy.
Yeah.
It's a very spicy issue. We might discuss it on a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Um,
This feels like we've met on the top of a volcano, and it's like we could just walk down the volcano. We don't have to fight here.
No,
So-
it's more like Dragon Ball Z, bro. Where he goes to fight him at Kame House, and he's like, "Nah, let's go somewhere where there's no people."
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Yeah. Yeah. Now that I know you feel this way, let's check something somewhere where no one can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about J.K. Rowling on the bonus episode, bro.
Yeah, bro. We'll definitely do that.
Okay.
So if you want to hear some shit, you might have to pay some money. Moving the fuck on.
Yeah,
what was your other thing?
My other thing? Oh shit, I have no idea. I've been trying some stingers, but none of them are really up to the standard that the listeners have come to expect. So
we'll just all wait with bated breath,
hold
bro.
off. Yeah, bro. There's a couple. There's something to them. We'll see.
Yeah, no worries. I think then should we kick into the next segment?
You have a segment for us?
No. Do we want to go where it's the best?
You're saying that you have a thirst for the mines, bro. You're saying
Yes.
man craves the cool darkness.
Yeah, bro. Not into the shaft, as we've established that you are, but the cold, dark.
Every once in a while, some fool kid raised on stories of clouds and stars get it in his head to go to the surface. Prisoners of the sky, they call them. Feels easier than the truth. Some pray for them, light candles, scratch their names on the wall. I try to forget them. I learned a long time ago, there's only one refuge.
You must have the strangest wanks.
The tunnels.
Just making all these weird voices to yourself.
Okay, now I'm ready for tunnel talk.
Okay, sorry that we tried to make it easier to edit, but we'll go this way just a mood set for you.
You've lost my faith. Yeah. With
Oh no, not Jizzy's
the
face.
tunnel talk. The tunnels talk. Any of the rest of them, fine. You got to get the tunnel talk in there.
I'm just, Jizzy, known for his faith that I've apparently shaken. What do you got?
I've been gazing this week, bro. Been watching a couple videos about the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Yep.
That's where NORAD used to be based.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the site of the
Cheyenne,
fictional,
like American Indian.
Yeah, bro. I don't know how it's said exactly, but that's where the fictional Stargate series was based. But I was watching videos about that, and I was watching them in bed, and my wife came to bed and was like, "What are you watching there?"
Not quite as exciting as you'd think.
So it's about a government installation, just like a defense system. Kind of inspirational the way it kind of like defends the whole continental. She's like, "You've brought tunnels to bed." I'm like, yeah.
Sorry, bro, but just to crack you up, I saw something the other night and was like, "Oh shit!" And my missus went, "Is it tunnels?" And I was like, "Oh, how did you know?" And she's like, "Your tone changed." And she's like, tell me, because she started listening.
Got the bug, bro.
Bro, she reckons just cut all of the other stuff. Don't talk about any of your opinions and only talk about tunnels.
Someone has been saying that for quite a while.
Someone also doesn't have many friends. So we don't listen to him.
I don't need friends.
Need tunnels.
I have a shovel, brother. I'm all right.
Yeah, but no, I just had to point out that, yeah, I can bring tunnels to bed.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, a bit of a flex.
Oh, shit.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay.
So what did you find out about this Cheyenne?
I think it needs more of a deep dive. I mean, it goes...
Yeah.
It goes like 2Ks in. It's a curved tunnel. One of the most interesting things about it is... So it's to be a command center if there's a nuclear attack.
Okay.
So like an A-bomb gets dropped kind of anywhere in the United States. It's right in the center of the United States, so it's the furthest away from like their hubs like New York and California, all that stuff.
I understand.
So they're far away.
Like a NORAD command center.
It was NORAD, yeah, which does like which like monitors all their borders with like radar and all that sort of stuff. So it's supposed to survive a massive A-bomb.
Yeah.
But not long after it was built, the bombs were like 10, 15 times as powerful.
And now...
And also they could aim them. Like
instead of drop them.
Yeah, instead of drop them from like 10 Ks up in the air.
Holy shit, hold up.
They've then got guided missiles and they can shoot a spot and suddenly like NORAD doesn't hold up to atomic weapons anymore.
Man, that's so scary to think of that. Like, oh yeah, we can aim these now.
Yeah, bro.
So what were you doing before?
Just kind of
gravity.
We had a sense of where they might end up.
We're this nerd dude, bro, and he keeps throwing shit in the air, and he knows where it lands.
Yeah,
yeah. This young Jew guy seems to have it sus.
there's these tunnels. They've got a dozen odd 3-story buildings, built-in buildings. We just did a few buildings.
Kid a lot, eh?
Had a few buildings, bro. We dug some tunnels.
You're
built
a
some buildings.
builder, and that's what you call them.
Right, there's about a dozen of these
Dug
3-story
these tunnels, bro. Knocked up a few buildies.
These buildies, they sit on
Couple of parties.
they sit on springs, these big half-ton springs that mean if there is a nuclear blast, because it's the most geologically stable region of Colorado, so it's far away from any earthquake that might happen. That's like the most insulated part. So the springs are, if there's a big fucking explosion like an A-bomb outside the mountain, then that like the buildings are they're built
like a Lockwood home.
So I don't know.
Well, they move with earthquakes. That's what they went for.
Nice. Well, I mean, modern skyscrapers and stuff are all built on springs. Even like parking structures and stuff right now.
No, Lockwood's is just the way the wood is. But
yeah. Like wood is spring,
but it's made for that intention.
Yeah. So they hollow
shock.
this all out, and then they build a building inside of it, and then they put that building on springs, and they also like the electricity and water and stuff, all that feeds in. That's in like elastic cables, so that if anything blows up, yeah. They've got these blast doors. I forget what they're called, but not in the main tunnel, but in a side tunnel. Which apparently doing that would lessen the blast by like 80%.
Yeah.
Because it has to. It can go through the main tunnel, and only some of its energy goes through the side tunnel.
Yeah.
That has 23-ton doors, 2 of them. And for the longest time, for like 40 years, you had to have at least one closed at all times. So if you wanted to go through there, you had to open a 23-ton door, go inside, close it, open the other 23-ton door on your way to the buildings. So
Jesus, fuck.
yeah. So these doors apparently 23 tons, and apparently they're so well balanced they can be operated by one man. One man can open and close these 23-ton doors, and they're so well balanced that when they close against their frame, they bounce. They like spring back a tiny little bit. Yeah, bro. Amazing stuff.
Fuck, that's cool.
Now they're in a different spot now. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Northcom, it might be called, which is a few miles away, because they found like it doesn't have to be in a fucking mountain, dude. We can just dig down, motherfuckers. So this tunneling, so the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, there's like they let people in sometimes at various times,
like Karori.
Yeah, sort of, but it's still active. Like there's still hundreds of people in there all the time. But they also do an annual tunnel run. So you run through the tunnel.
Of course.
So yeah, they moved it to nearby, figuring that they could make a modern complex that's further away from blasts and build it with all modern techniques for modern bombs and stuff. So, but that is all super classified. Like I can't find basically anything about it. You can find where the access points are from like satellite images and stuff, but to know, I mean, what's down there, I've no idea.
I'm genuinely not trying to fuck with you, but you're gonna think I am. Does this have anything to do with that? It's an anagram on conspiracy shit with DUMS, those deep underground military bases and shit, where they reckon they keep aliens.
I'd never heard them called DUMS.
Yeah, nah, I've seen.
But if you reckon they keep aliens there, then it's not real.
Yeah, no, I was like, wow, this is mean. And then they were like, this is where the aliens are. I was like,
nah, stink.
Shut up.
Yeah. It was already cool. Yeah. That was already a sick tunnel, and you went too far and ruined it.
Oh,
it's just, bro, this is just like the Jewish tunnels, where like it was already perfect, and then people were like, oh, there's a blood-stained mattress. What else could they be doing in there? Like, no, it was already cool, man.
Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
Yeah, bro, same deal. Because it was like deep underground military base. Dumb. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is where you find the aliens and the interdimensional Stargate, and you're like, fuck up.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Fair enough. That is where you would keep them.
Of course.
Okay,
of course.
granted.
But
yes,
you could be, what about, hey, in the immortal words of Evan, what about not that? Like, just, hey, whatever it is you think, what about the other thing?
Yeah.
Because, see, so my one that I was fucking having a look at, and I didn't do a deep dive, but I did find it very, very funny, is it's originally called Camp Century, but when it was declassified, it became Project Iceworm.
Oh, you linked me on this. This is great.
Yeah, so America told Greenland that... Oh, no. They told a company in Greenland. That's right. They told this one company that they had this idea that they could install scientific research bases
Yeah.
under and on the ice sheet.
The glaciers, yes, sir.
Yeah. And it wasn't until... They did this real early, but it wasn't until like 1996 that they declassified this.
Yeah.
That this wasn't scientific bases. They were trying to put nuclear sites under the Greenland ice sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know they never asked for permission?
From Greenland?
Yeah.
Whoa.
They told them they were scientific military bases and were like, no one's coming out here. And just...
Oh, true. So they told them they were doing it, but not that it was nuclear shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
they said
true,
they were
bro.
going to have nuclear reactors to run the scientific experiments.
Yeah.
But they never told them about the silos.
Yeah, that just makes good sense, having nuclear reactions. But
reactors. Yeah, sorry. But it was all this cover-up to put as many silos under the fucking under the Greenland ice sheet.
Yeah.
Because they could attack Russia as soon as Russia attacked them.
Yeah.
And then they worked out, man, turns out 4,000 kilometers.
It was 4,000 kilometers.
Yeah. Underneath the ice.
Yeah.
Was going to be a bit hard to do.
Yeah. Well, they did testers, right? When I read about it, and the plan was for 4,000 kilometers of tunnel, I was like, "What the?
Apparently,
fuck, dude."
Apparently, they
just
only
for
got to
reference, something that I was going to bring in today, but maybe we'll get to in the future. The world record for the longest tunnel is 57 kilometers. So these guys were going to do what? Almost 100
times. Do they not
times
acknowledge
that?
Chapo?
What do you mean, Chapo?
Didn't El Chapo have a longer one?
His was like 1.6 kilometers or something. This is 57.
Oh, I'm thinking... No. I'm thinking of it in meters. I'm sorry,
yeah.
my bad. My mistake.
This would be 57,000 meters.
No, but 4,000 Ks under the Greenland ice sheet. We
That's-
can make
Bro, but
scientific bases.
That's like 100 times the current record. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. And then they were like, turns out this is really hard. We're not going to do it now.
Well, it turns out that because it's a glacier, it very
moves.
gradually moves kind of all the
did
time.
you know that... so they achieved apparently 1,200 kilometers.
Oh, that's not what I read.
Oh, so
No.
I read they did...
I think you might have meters and kilometers
No,
confused
no,
again, bro. This might be another like Star Wars
It might be
torpedo in
100.
the vents
Yeah.
thing.
Anyway, ever since the last time someone went and checked it, it's filled with nuclear industrial waste.
Whoops.
And they don't know who keeps putting it there. I'm pretty sure I can guess. I could hazard a guess.
I might know who it could be.
Yeah. Well,
Those
this is
dirty
where...
Greenlanders.
Bro, I love the idea that this was... Fuck, what was it again? I can't remember the date that they
Project
were trying...
Iceworm.
Yeah, I can't remember
They
when...
declassified it in the 90s, but it must have been in the 50s,
Yeah,
60s,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So funny that while these motherfuckers keep getting their ass kicked by tunnels, it turns out that they were too ambitious with tunnels at the start, and karma's come and got them a few times, eh? Ever since they fucked up Project Iceworm, everyone they've tried to fuck with has beaten them with tunnels.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious when I found it. But
Yeah.
just the fact that America's like, hey, Greenland, you guys seem cool. Do
Yeah.
you need a, like, research base? and they're like, yeah, no, that'd be nice. We'd love one of these. You know that's ice, right? And America's like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, you just why don't you leave the smart guy stuff to us?
To
huh?
us. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, try to sneak some nukes in just in case.
Yeah.
Do you know what the end goal of Project Iceworm was? It was so that they could tell Russia, hey, if you want to try, we have 600 nuclear warheads aimed at you. And I love the number 600. Like,
Yeah.
me and the bro were talking about, it's like, our 4 would probably do. Like, you could make a point
Nah, bro,
with
600,
one,
nothing.
but
Nothing
just
left.
the madman of, like, I have tunneled 4,000 kilometers under the ice and I
Yeah.
have 600 nuclear. So, what are you, 7?
This is their crucial mistake, is that I think tunnels are a naturally defensive.
Yes,
thing,
they
bro.
tried to offense.
Yeah, they
and
tried
that's
to-
why it's fucked them.
Yeah.
And for the few following on, that's why it's like every time they try and be a big boy and pull their dick out, the tunnels come back. Hey, remember, I fucked you up before. Nah, they take them out. we have to back off and leave millions of dollars for these terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking funny, eh?
That's fascinating,
It's
dude.
so cool that it's like looking at it now and getting to see this shit. Like, wait a minute, they did what? Who the fuck let them do this? Oh, they just lied. Oh, that tracks.
Yeah.
That totally tracks that they
There's
would lie.
there's a bit of duplicity in tunneling, bro. Just like the Swiss did at CERN, like you say, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude.
They're just we kind of already dug the tunnel.
Yeah,
We figured.
but like, we kind of already dug the tunnel. Well, as long as you fellas are just running a nuclear reactor down
Just
there,
nuclear reactors.
I
Don't
think
worry.
that should be fine. And then America's like looking at their shoes, like kicking the ground, and it's like, did you do something else? And they're like, tried to make it that we could launch 600. And Greenland's just like, dude, what the? You said you were like checking stuff. We were checking stuff, but Russia was like looking at me funny. And Russia's like, he was looking at me funny first. What? And like, yeah, because just the fact that they're like, these fellas might smash us. Hey, you know what we should do? We should use tunnels as an offensive. And then the karmic nature of the universe is like, not allowed to do that. You imagine being the dude. Sit down and have a think. Like, have you tried to tell your boss a crazy idea?
Must have, yeah.
You imagine being like, bro, I reckon if you give me heaps of money, I can dig 4,000 kilometers of tunnels under the Greenland ice sheet and get 600 nukes to go at Moscow when we want. And your boss is like, I think you're making some credible points.
You're onto something here. Do a test.
Green light.
Do a test site. Let's see what's up. Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny, man. And then they get to Vietnam and cunts are like duct taping cobras to tunnel roofs.
Yeah.
And
They were not ready for that, bro. Nah. A-bomb's not going to save you there, brother.
Yeah, dude. Like, bro, you can scream America as much as you want.
Yeah.
If there's cobras duct taped to the roof.
Yeah, bro.
I think calm.
They're coming out to tend the
calm.
crops at night.
Bro, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in that sort of high, like, one guy in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But I like gods. The concept of gods is interesting to me.
We did say the karmic nature of the universe. You think that's real?
I don't know. It might be that, or it might be like there's some sort of like when you die, if you're a good enough dude, they're like, "Oh, welcome." Everyone else just evaporates into shit.
Yeah.
But we need you to go roll around and fuck with dumb cunts. And you're just like, really? And they're like, you were that honest and true and just in your life? This is what you get to do. You hated those people.
Yeah.
Some sort of Luciferian idea of heaven, I guess.
Yeah. There's a technologist kind of way to look at it where you can think about this life as like a test to see if you get cybernetic enhancements or whatever. Like on a long enough timeline, humans could have invented all technology. Yeah. So if you like go forward 10 million years, if we happen to still be around, then we've made the technology that would let us live an entire lifetime in a moment. And you could view that this lifetime as a moral test to see if you get a fucking Gundam when you come back. But also, it could just be a bit random.
If they fully sorted it that you could have like cybernetic upgrades now, would you?
If they fully sorted it.
Yeah, fully.
I'd have to see some safety data, bro. I've been a bit concerned about some of the cybernetic upgrades
Boeing
I've been
isn't
seeing.
making it.
Is
Google makes
is Neuralink making it, bro?
Nah, Elon's not involved.
Okay.
Real scientists.
Then I'd think about it.
Because it'll be interesting. Like, I did see a clip the other day of a
do I want to carry my phone around like an idiot, or do I want to have it in my brain?
Yeah, bro, do I want fingers that can stretch 7 frets? Or do I want to be able to use my robot hand to play 48 notes a second?
Yeah.
I just program a sweep into it.
Bro, yeah. And if you still get the temperature of like...
if I can feel it.
Yeah.
If
you can feel like moisture and heat and like all that kind of thing.
I'll try and find this clip. But there's this old as Italian jazz pianist or classical pianist. And he lost the use of his hands, and he had to get them amputated. And he's recently got the most advanced cybernetic prosthetics, and he was able to play piano, and it's him playing it. And he bursts into tears.
I bet he fucking did.
Because he hasn't been able to play for 15 years. And now he's like, I can feel the weight of the keys. Everything about it is exactly like he was playing piano.
That
again.
is wild.
Yeah, bro. And he's like, he sits down and they're like, okay, let's see. And he's just like tentatively puts his fingers on the keys, and then he just starts, and you watch him like engage, and then he just bursts into tears. And it's like,
Is he controlling it with the micro muscles in his forearm, or is he controlling it with his brain?
I don't know. I didn't look enough.
There's a couple ways you can do it. Like you can all these tendons and stuff that you can see moving in my arm as I move my
could
fingers.
be that.
They're there. Like
Could be that.
You can learn to like manipulate a hand with that. But they also the last time I even checked in on it, which was years ago, the pioneers were making you be able to talk to your prosthetic with your brain.
Freaky, eh?
Yeah,
man.
There's a guy.
I think if I could, like, if you could give me like cybernetic lungs that allow me to like smoke forever and live in pollution, done.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, New Millennium Cyanide Christ by Meshuggah is basically this, and it's like I'll rip the skin off my neck and fold it over my ears so I only hear divine noises. I need a piss, so I think that's why I'm sort of hurrying up.
Shut up,
Okay.
Oh shit, where were we? Oh, yo, I've got a bit more tunnel talk. Sent to us by a listener and a dear sweet person.
Give him a shout.
Rody is who I'll shout
Sick.
out, because I don't know if he would want his name associated with the kind of talk that we do. I mean, the tunnel talk is sweet,
but is his nickname?
Rody? I mean, it was.
Shut up. Shout out to Streets. He can work that out.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah. But he sent, this is a listener submission.
Bro, he sent a whole new field of tunneling that I had no idea
If anyone
about.
out there has more tunnel stuff that they want to send us to get us to look into, tell us.
Yeah, you can
send it. shutupdudenz@gmail or socials.
Or, wherever you find it, man.
Just don't send it to Jizzy. He gets all shitty and then...
I don't get shitty. I love being sent tunnel talk, dude. That's great.
My bad.
Oh, okay.
It's feedback he doesn't like.
No, it's not even feedback. It's positive feedback via
praise.
direct message.
Yeah, my bad.
No, positive feedback via direct message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that Catholic coming out.
That's all. That's all. You could give me feedback via direct message. That's okay.
Just don't be positive.
Yeah, or like if you say if I get a message
everybody
that says,
starts messaging you that you suck, that would be so much fun.
I mean, yeah, that's okay. You can do that.
Sorry, I'm hijacking this.
Message him.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Look, I've got some tunnel talk for us. All right.
Go. Thank you, Roadie Streets.
Thanks, you, Rody. It's paleo burrows. So these are ancient tunnels.
The sloth.
Yes, sir. In this case, they reckon they're either made by the giant ground sloth or the giant armadillo. The giant ground sloth, they talk about as being a hamster the size of an elephant. So it's got these massive claws that are like a pickaxe.
Hamsters have claws?
No, but these guys do.
Oh, so not quite an accurate comparison.
No. Well, I guess not. They are relatives.
Are these like sloths the size of elephants?
No, but like modern sloths are small and very lethargic.
But they have like big,
these ones.
long...
They reckon were like muscular fucking beasts because they're tunneling through solid rock.
Yeah.
Sometimes for like over 100 meters. But it's rock that they describe it as like rock that you'd struggle to get through with a pickaxe. So they're doing it. They believe that they're doing it over like millennia, like generations of these giant ground sloths making these tunnels.
Again,
and when you look at pictures of them, you can see that they're like buffed smooth by the fur of the animals. They're bizarre looking tunnels.
Okay, this sounds like you've gone too far.
Yo, here's some claw marks in the tunnel here.
Yeah, hang on. They were saying that these sloths are like jacked. And
they think that to be able to dig like that, they must have had very powerful arms, yes. So
they might have had powerful as arms and still couldn't move fuck all, and that's why it took thousands of years.
Yeah, possibly.
Because, has anyone put a sloth in the dirt and see if they start digging? Might take ages, but do they have an inclination to do that?
I don't.
It seems pretty fucking
they probably,
bro science.
If they had an inclination to do it, they'd probably do it in the wild, right?
I don't know.
They come down from the tree to shit, and then they
but they're not like
that's
coming.
the only time they come down. I think
that's my point. They're not just like Like what? Were they tunnel fellas and then got a hiding and they were like, fuck it, trees. Like, that's what I'm meaning. It seems like a massive jump.
No, I think both.
Like, what's the point of these things doing these tunnels? Are they storing food? Are they just making tracks? Are they hiding from dinosaurs? Like, what's the deal?
So, no one knows is the answer. There's the same reason that creatures burrow now. Any of those reasons, that could be reasons why they burrowed. But also, people went in there and, like made their own art and stuff, like carved their own like symbols of the sun and shit into these burrows, because they've obviously ended up using these. Now,
so some cunts made a mean tunnel and then we show up and draw on the fucking walls.
Yes, that did happen.
Vandals.
Yeah, vandals, I agree. But these tunnels have only been found in this one region of Brazil.
Yeah.
But these giant sloths were everywhere. Like, you can find their fossils in other places, but you can only find these tunnels in this one part of Brazil, which made this a difficult lead to follow because all of the scientific papers are in Portuguese. So it's translated. So like,
hard.
You lose a bit of stuff.
Have they never found sloth tunnels anywhere else?
To my understanding, they've only found these particular paleo burrows in Brazil.
The ancient Brazilian sloth. Well, it wasn't Brazilian because it wasn't Brazil then, but
South American
had a massive sloth digging all these holes everywhere.
Apparently,
and we don't know why.
Well, some are purported to be the burrows of giant sloths. Others of giant armadillos, which would be smaller. But some of these, you see people in the tunnels, and it looks like a sick tunnel that a person would make.
Like Wright's Hill?
No, bigger.
Bigger, yeah. Because, like, anything the size of an elephant that decides to dig a fucking hole is going to leave a mark.
Yes.
But, like, the sides of the tunnel are brushed flush because of the fur. Oh, fuck up.
They're buffed smooth. Were you paying attention?
I was, but I was real mad the whole time. Buffed smooth by fur. Oh, I forgot that sloth fur. That's what, hey, every time you got to buff a lobby in a hotel, it's like, do you want me to get the buffer out? Nah, it's all good, bro. I got a sloth corpse. I'll just rub that on the floor for 1,000 fucking years, then we'll be good. Hey, that's what the ancients did.
Yes, that's what it is.
China just got all these sloths on their temple floor.
Yeah. But that in itself, when you see a picture of these paleo burrows.
And they're circular and perfect.
They're circular, and there's like a few remnants of claw marks, but mostly the whole thing is like smooth tunnels. And then there'll be parts of it where it terminates that haven't been traveled through, and those are just like pickaxe-looking marks.
Have they found have they found a tunnel and a sloth skeleton?
I think they've found fossils in those tunnels. I believe,
but
so.
like one digging. You know what I mean? Like,
I think.
Have they found more evidence, or is this like Ancient Aliens, where they're like, look at all this stuff? Must be this one thing we think.
There's some contention about it. There's a picture of the paleo burrow, bro. That's crazy looking, right?
It's crazy, but like just they seem like transportation, but like sorry, not transportation. They seem like laneways to get somewhere, but for what? For where? For
no,
why?
They don't go anywhere. They're burrows.
No, that's what I mean. But even a burrow, like what, these cunts just made a tunnel, got to the end, turned around.
There is one example there's one example where there's like a handful of 40-meter long tunnels that terminate at a chamber, like a communal chamber.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Well, there's one example of that. But even if these things were all over the fucking world,
why are they only doing it there?
Most of them would be full of sediment, right? Yeah. They'd be full, like they'd just be filled in. They're not big enough. They don't go anywhere. There's no way for them to be cleaned out. They just fill up and like not be seen again, I guess.
But why?
I don't know why only there. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one, bro.
That's
fascinating.
Yeah.
I love those big ass fucking ancient animals like the before us but after dinosaurs guys.
Yeah. So bro, these guys apparently lived till about 10,000 years ago. So humans will have seen them.
Straight up ears. Only got into this because of watching Rogan talk to cunts and talk about short-faced beer and shit.
Rogan.
Yeah. Oh, just that whole Bering Strait thing. And they're like, oh, you could probably walk across it once upon a time, but there was the short-faced bear, and that would have stopped us. And then you see pictures of it, or recreations of it, and it's like, that's a monster. Yeah. That's just a demon that lives on the planet. Thank God they killed all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that ancient Paleolithic shit is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it buzzes me out when you hear, like, Cleopatra is closer to the creation of the iPhone than she is the pyramids or some shit.
Okay.
And you know these images we saw of kids of like Stegosaurus and Tyrannosaurus Rex fighting?
Yeah, okay.
There's like a bigger gap between those. There's like millions of fucking...
Oh, sure. Yeah, they're from
they
different-
never
yeah.
fought.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you reckon about these Mayan carvings of dinosaurs?
What?
Yeah, in Amazon they found this temple and there's like Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and a Brachiosaurus all carved in stone. And they're like, how the fuck did
How
they know?
Brachiosaurus-y does it look?
Very.
Very.
Yeah. Like, giraffes don't have tails, so it's very easy if something has a massive neck and a long tail to just be like dinosaur.
Are there any animals there that you don't recognize?
No.
No?
Well, it's size from those three. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I've never heard about it, I guess.
You should have a look. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah?
Purely just because, fuck, we don't know shit. Yeah. Well, okay, sorry. I do.
You fucking doxing me on this podcast, bro?
Jizzy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that way you fixed it, didn't you?
I'll bleep the first
Oh,
one.
you fucking will. You'll edit it, will you?
I'll change it
You'll
to...
do some shit in post, eh? After last week.
I'll change that.
Unbelievable.
I'll change that to, are there any food? Fuck, actually, that's way better if I was to just use that stinger on you.
Yeah.
No,
I've given you too much power, allowing you to edit this. I can see that now.
Did you give it? Because I wondered where it came from.
Yeah.
I just woke up the other day and I had this renewed sense of fuck everyone. I wondered where it came from.
How's all this looking? How we doing?
50. We can go
50.
short.
Yeah. Should we?
Should we go short? Because I think both of us are fiending to get this bonus content more than this right now.
Let's go to the Patreon.
Sweet. Thank you, fellas.
You can catch us at Patreon.
We haven't made it yet.
Yeah.
We're just cock teasing.
But sometime we will. And then
Lot
you'll
of
be able-
edging.
you'll be
Lot
able
of
to go
edging.
there.
But as always, it's been sweet.
Yeah, it's been.
Tunnels and Co.
Wait.
No, wait. So these.
Sorry,
So
we've
these.
missed something.
One more thing. Tunnel talk, dude. These paleo burrows, people for a long time didn't know what made them and assumed it was people hiding treasure. So they're like the stratification of them is backwards. Like the old stuff is at the top and the new stuff has been buried. So when you try and carbon date shit, it's all fucky.
Wicked.
Yeah. I also there's also a thing that says
Pirates did it.
no, it's this the locals there. The locals there have like all kinds of wild stories about it, but they hold it to be true because in their culture everything your ancestors say is true.
Yeah, it's like everyone else.
Is it? I don't listen to my ancestors at all.
Now,
I suppose not.
good 14 years there upset about a wank.
14.
I meant since you were 14.
Here we go. There's
What
a
else you
legend. There's a legend that a giant flood forced the Kaingangs people's ancestral fathers to swim to the hilly peaks, where they eventually dug their way through the mountains for shelter. Other tales from the Kaingangs suggest they knew the burrows were made by megafauna.
Thank you, Jizzy
A
Firewater.
tale for children involves the story of a family that descended into a hole made by an armadillo to enjoy the abundance of food there, only to have their rope cut by a white man who took over the land while they remain underground.
That tracks.
That's the story the Kaingang tell, and they're like, has to be true.
I'd believe it.
So, I mean, that would mean
I
that
come from a race of people that are like, we're here, magic. So I'm totally sweet with those.
right, so it was either sloths or fucking Whitey made him do it.
It's just, fuck, just every time tunnels show up, there's some weird cunt being an asshole, and people respond with tunnels.
Yes.
The only time it goes bad is America. They try tunnels and it goes shocking.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to find out what I can about the Northcom tunnels.
Yep.
That what replaced the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
I'm gonna look
I'll
up-
do my best to find out what.
You
could be
do
done.
Northcom, and I'll look up that one under Turkey.
You got it. Okay, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Sweet as. Oh, fuck, I said it live. Now I have to.
to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire. An underground tube, the dank and the